Welcome, PFL fight fans, to Wichita, Kansas. 2 straight weeks. This is the second of 3 straight weeks, I should say, of semifinal action. We are here for the weigh-ins, and tomorrow night, fighters with one shot to advance to a championship bout coming up in August. At lightweight, Brent Primus, Alfie Davis, Gaji Ramadanov, one-time PFL champion, looking to repeat here in 2025, and he will take on that man, PFL newcomer, Kevin Lee, the Motown phenom, stepping in to take on Gaji Ramadanov, one of the scariest guys on the PFL roster. Gaji also arriving here at Intrust Bank Arena in Wichita, Kansas. Fighters getting ready for the face-offs, getting ready for the weigh-ins, getting ready for semifinal action tomorrow night.
My MMA career so far has, sometimes I feel like I'm living in a Rocky movie. That's where you see my best. You see me at my best when I go against the best, and I think this guy's one of the best.
I defend my title. I defend last year's success. I defend this 100%.
You come Dagestan, you can understand. You know, so many organizations, they don't even sign Dagestan fighters because they worry about, like, everybody can become champion.
They make me champion, make me man who I am right now. I think I can continue this legacy.
I'm not fighting against this whole team. I'm fighting that man, and he's fighting me. I'll be the new PFL lightweight champion.
After cage closes, expect fireworks.
People can doubt me as much as they want. Don't matter. I don't care about your opinion. Your opinion don't matter. I hope you keep doing it.
You have to be ready because I come to your head.
You'll see lightweight semifinal action. You'll also see the women's flyweights in action tomorrow night. Jenna Bishop, Ekaterina Shakalova, Ilorentana, still undefeated in her pro mixed martial arts career, taking on the OG, one of the legends of the game, Liz Carmouche, the former Bellator champion. Also on deck for Wichita, Bantamweights, Justin Wetzel, Mondo Gutierrez, Jake Hadley coming fresh off that Scottish twister submission, and Marceli Alves. The biggest win of his mixed martial arts career was in the last round. Can he keep the momentum going? Sean O'Connell, Randy Couture, Dan Hardy here for the weigh-in show in Wichita. And so far, the semifinal action has been fantastic. Randy, we got 3 weight classes tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Bantamweights are always buzzsaws. You don't want to blink. These guys are so fast and so technical. Women's featherweights are amazing as well. A lot of great matchups. I'm excited about tomorrow night.
Let's take a look back at last week, Dan Hardy. It was welterweights and featherweights, a little PFL World Tournament rewind. And in a main event last week, Thad Jean, Jason Jackson, still undefeated, Thad Jean.
Matt, what a fight this was. What a performance. Of course, you know, Thad Jean knew he was going to be up against it with Jason Jackson. He felt the pressure all the way through that 15 minutes, but he kept scrambling, he kept fighting, and he kept landing the shots that mattered to get in the nod on the judges' scorecard. Still undefeated, but even bigger than that, he's added the biggest name to his record in Jason Jackson.
The welterweight bracket means that, look, Thad Jean will be taking on Logan Storley, a former Bellator interim champion, an absolute beast with crazy wrestling credentials, 4-time All-American at the University of Minnesota. And then, of course, he went on to a lot of success in the mixed martial arts world. Randy, semifinal trilogy matchup, Jesus Pinedo, Gabriel Braga. This one didn't last long.
Sure didn't. Pineda did what he does so well. He's got these long levers, but he doesn't fight like a long fighter. He wades right into the pocket. He throws these amazing, powerful hooks. He did the same thing to Braga that he did in the finals with Braga. This is the rubber match. Jesus Pinedo 2-1 now against Gabriel Braga, and an amazing competitor from Peru, El Mundo.
So that thing is settled, and now he will face another former PFL featherweight champion, Movlid Haibulaev, Movlid Haibulaya, by the way, never lost in his pro mixed martial arts career. That's a fun one at 145 pounds. Absolutely cannot wait for it. All right. Now, let's talk about what's going on this week. That's a look back. Next week, we've got more action. 3 weight classes, as I talked about with Randy already, Dan. Bantamweights, women's flyweights. Let's talk about the women's flyweights. Kind of a grappler's delight happening. And then, of course, you've got a theme that's developed in the PFL World Tournament this year. A rising star, undefeated young fighter taking on an original gangster. I'm talking about Liz Carmouche. She's 41 years old, taking on an undefeated prospect from Brazil.
You know, and still turning corners and still making progress with her career. You know, this is only the second fight that she's had with a strength and conditioning coach and a nutritionist, and she's still, she's still adjusting to the fact that she can eat more calories. She's got more energy. Like, the weight cut's been easier, the recovery from training's been easier, and of course she's getting all these things in place right now at the point of her career where she's going to need them the most, especially when she's facing the likes of Alora Dana, undefeated, very, very dangerous on the ground, long-range kicks, very chaotic in her style, and on the other side of the bracket, 2 other prospects, young fighters coming up, trying to take the place of Liz Carmouche.
Let's talk about this other women's flyweight semifinal. Ekaterina Shakalova and Jenna Bishop. Bishop came over from the competitive grappling world. She's had a lot of success in MMA, but it was Shakalova that really surprised everyone in the first round of this tournament.
Shakalova's shown some great wrestling skills, some great takedowns. I think moving up in weight class has really helped her a lot. She's not deficient in anything. She brought it. Bishop is amazing. Dropped a tough one to Dakota Ditcher in the finals last season, but she's a great grappler. Her submission skills are on point. We've seen her go out and get exactly where she needs to be to win the fight. It's going to be a great matchup, the wrestler versus the jiu-jitsu practitioner.
All right, we got to talk about the men, the bantamweight. Well, not just talk about them. I can't say we got to talk about the men. We got 2 men's weight classes tomorrow. We got a Scottish twister last time out from Jake Hadley, Dan.
Oh man, what a special performance that was. Jake Hadley, a new addition to the PFL, of course, who wants to make a big statement, and he did just that with Mateus Matos. Beautiful grappling skills, took his back, was able to get that Scottish twister. Really, really dangerous fighter on the ground as well as on the feet, but of course he's taking on someone that was a real shock to everybody. Marcelo Alves beating Higo, nobody expected that. This is a fascinating matchup. I feel like one of these guys has got to get this fight to the floor. I feel like Jake Hadley knows that he can compete everywhere, but the easiest path to victory is going to be the grappling.
The other semifinal, Randy, Justin Wetzel is huge for this weight class. Mondo Gutierrez is also pretty big for the weight class. They both had some tough cuts. If this thing goes deep, that might become the factor.
Might be an issue. There's a right and wrong way to do anything, and cutting weight is certainly no exception. Both these guys are huge for the weight class. Both of them cut very hard, look pretty drawn in the fighters' meetings today. But both of them have recovered, both of them have made weight. That was the biggest thing. This is going to be a slugfest. These guys are coming in. They want a shot at that title. They're going to let their hands go. Who's going to have the power? Who's going to have it their way?
This is the additional layer to the challenge of the tournament, is staying close to the weight. How much recovery do you take? Do you rest too much? Do you rest not enough? It's a real balancing act for these guys.
We talk about weight cuts a lot, but Kennedy Smith has more on just how tough this one was.
Guys, I felt like I was watching reality TV this morning. Justin Wetzel really showed us just how much drama can be in this PFL World Tournament. So as we know, it's only 8 weeks between each round. So he came in yesterday at 10 a.m. He was weighing 154. You guys know that the bantamweight is 135, right? Yeah, he had to cut 18 pounds. And just 30 minutes before his weigh-in today, he was 17 pounds down. He had only eaten 2 scoops of yogurt, half a lollipop. He had been in and out of the hot tub, into the sauna. And then at the very last second, he went ahead and just shaved his head. He made weight, got it done. I was loving the drama. But yeah, this World Tournament, it is intense. I'm rooting for this guy now. You can't not pull for him, Sean.
Thank you, Kennedy. Yeah, when you talk about cutting weight, 18 pounds is a lot. 18 pounds off of a 135-pound body, that's a significant percentage. It's a big one. We'll see how it goes at bantamweight. Also, lightweights. Kevin Lee stepping in against Gaji Ramadanov. Primus and Davis. This is the grappler versus the striker. Former Bellator champion Brent Primus against Alfie Davis, who's people have been talking about him for a long time in England, Dan, but just now he's really emerging on the international scene.
You know, and he's going to make a star of himself as well if he keeps having performances like he did against Clay Collard. Not only was it a beautiful knockout, but it was a fighter that everyone expected to be a bully on the feet, and Alfie Davis was going to have to try and stay away from him. Look, the reality is this might be a striker v grappler matchup. Brent Primus, if he can take you down and get on your back, not many people can survive that. But of course, Alfie Davis knows this. He's going to do everything he can to keep this fight on the feet.
On the other side of the bracket looms this challenge. Gaji Rabadanov, 2024 PFL lightweight champion. He's on one hell of a win streak, Randy. But more than that now, he's turned it up. He's on a finishing streak at this point in his career.
Yeah, he's had a knock. He's had a lot of decision victories. He started feeling some heat for that. He said, oh, I can knock guys out. And now at 3 in a row, he stepped in, let those hands go. That left hook is devastating. You do not want to stand around and wait for that one to come.
I mean, he represents that Usman, Khabib, Umar, Islam Makhachev, Mavlid Khaybulaev, the Nurmagomedov fight camp, and he fights just like that, except he wants to be more exciting. He wants to get the finishes and the knockouts. Make no mistake, he wants to be a star, an international mixed martial arts star. He knows exactly what it takes to be that. He's got to win belts, and he's back to win it again in potentially back-to-back years.
You know, and what I love as well is not only is he started to knock people out, now we can talk to us in English about it. He's learning English. He wants to talk to us. He wants to really explain himself and get his character over to the fans. He's a very, very likable individual. And the thing that rings for me is he keeps talking about the legacy of the gym. He feels like this team has made him not only the fighter, but the person that he is. And he wants to carry that legacy forward.
You can be part of our PFL semifinal fights tomorrow night. Scan that QR code, vote on how all of these fights go through the Verdict fan scores. Let's get these weigh-ins started. Greg Hamilton, take it away.
Hey, thank you very much, Sean. And listen, great breakdown by the guys. And tomorrow night's going to be incredible. At first, we got to get down to brass tacks. You got to make weight to get into that SmartCage. It's all going down tomorrow night. But first, let's please welcome PFL's President of Fighter Operations, Ray Sefo, along with our ring card girls, Janie and Riley. We're going to kick things off with a welterweight showcase bout. Alan Dominguez versus Nick Meck. Fighting out of the blue corner first, let's welcome Nick Meck.
Nick Meck, 8-2 in his fight record, fighting right up the street in Topeka, Kansas with Black Cat as the nickname.
Undefeated as an amateur as well, 7-0. Dangerous guy, likes to step through with his punches and has got a really awkwardly timed high kick, so watch out for that.
Nick Meck weighs in at 170 1/4 pounds. His opponent in the red corner, Alan Dominguez.
Dominguez is game, scrap. He loves to stand his ground, loves to counter punch. He was the Lux Fight League champion. He won and defended that belt. And of course, he wants to add another finish to his record. 11 wins, 5 of them by finish.
And Dominguez officially weighing in at 170 3/4 pounds. Woo!
It's going to be a great one to get the card started. Like we had last week in Nashville with Dana. That was a good start to the card.
That's a great bout.
Right.
That makes tomorrow night's opening bout official, Alan Dominguez versus Nick Meck. Next, we have a women's flyweight showcase bout. Soraya Orozco versus Elada Joanne. Fighting out of the blue corner first, please welcome Elada Joanne.
Ilara Ioane training with the Pitbull brothers of the Ceará, Brazil. She's got a 12-10 record, 4 KOs and 3 submissions to her credit.
Elada Joanne with an official weight of 124 1/2 pounds. Her opponent in the red corner, Soraya Orozco.
Orozco looking for that first victory in the PFL. She She's a game fighter. She's got a lot of experience, not quite as much as her opponent, but she's definitely going to try and pick up that first victory.
Orozco with a weight of 125.5 pounds.
Both these women looking to get back in the win column. Orozco had a really tough fight against Sumiko Inaba last time out. Ilara Joanny took the body shot from Liz Carmouche. Both of them fired up this week to get back in the win column.
It is official. Sarai Orozco versus Alana Joanny tomorrow night. Next, we have a lightweight showcase bout with Tara Kelly versus Mike Hamill. Fighting out of the blue corner first, let's welcome Mike Hamill.
Hamill's got some great experience. He's been in there with some very, very tough fighters. He's got a good wrestling background. I was watching him crack the pads the other day. Don't underestimate his striking.
Hamill tips the scales at 156 pounds. His opponent in the red corner, Tara Kelly.
Still undefeated, 7-0. Tara Kelly, 2 knockouts, 3 submissions. An exciting prospect. A lot of eyes on this fight. A lot of people expecting him to be a future star in the next couple of years.
Tara Kelly weighs in at 155.5 pounds.
Both of these guys making their PFL debut after spending time under the Bellator banner. Post-acquisition, a lot of these Bellator fighters coming over, trying to impress the new bosses. Maybe the winner gets invited to a 2026 lightweight tournament.
That makes it official. Tara Kelly versus Mike Hamill. Next, we have a bantamweight bracket alternate bout. Antonio Caruso squares off against Vinicia Sensi. First, in the blue corner, let's welcome Vinicia Sensi.
Since 10-3, fighting out of Chico, California with Kings MMA, 7 wins by first round stoppage, 2 KOs and 5 submissions.
Sensi's official weight, 154.75 pounds. And fighting out of the red corner, let's welcome Antonio Caruso.
Caruso got some solid experience on his record. One really good win against Edward Folayan. You could see the full skill set on display, his grappling and striking skills. This one's going to be a firefight for sure.
And Caruso officially weighing in at 155.5 pounds.
We're going to see a height advantage here for Sensi. Actually, not as tall as I was thinking. I thought he was going to be towering over him a little more, but Caruso's a decent size for the weight class as well. That's a banger.
And that's official. Antonio Caruso squares off against Vinicia Sensi. Next, we have a semifinal matchup in the featherweight bracket. Magomedov versus Sarvajan Hamadov.
Alternate bout here in the bantamweight division.
Hamadov is 16-0.
Representing Tajikistan from Dushanbe.
And Sarvajan Hamadov weighing in at 136 pounds.
A lot of people think he's the next big thing in this weight class. Tough matchup tomorrow night, though.
And fighting out of the red corner, Magomedov.
This is the fight that's got the hardcore in the MMA scene talking. I mean, everyone knows how tough Magomedov is, but of course, Sarvajan Hamadov, undefeated, 16-0. He's not the name that you want on the other end of the call when the matchmaker rings your phone. Both of these guys incredibly dangerous.
Magomedov weighs in at 135.5 pounds, which makes it official tomorrow night. Magomedov versus Sarvajan Hamadov. Next up is a lightweight showcase bout. Mansoor Bonarwi versus Archie Colgan. First, fighting out of the blue corner, let's welcome Archie Colgan.
Rising prospect Archie Colgan, undefeated at 11-0. He's got a really good opportunity here to face someone like Mansoor Bonarwi, who's got 28 professional fights. Archie Colgan wants to make this whole show his own.
Colgan tips the scales at 155 1/2 pounds. His opponent in the red corner, Mansour Barnawi.
A lot of experience from Barnawi, 22-6.
And Barnawi officially tipping the scales as well at 155 1/2 pounds.
That's a very, very high-level lightweight showcase bout. Colgan, one of the many rising stars, undefeated fighters, not only in the PFL, but on this card. We've got a few of them tomorrow night.
And that makes it official. Mansour Barnawi versus Archie Colgan.
All the showcase and all the alternate bouts are weighed in, and that means it's time to get to our semifinal matchups. You have one shot to advance to a World Tournament Championship bout. Only way to do that is a win in Wichita tomorrow night. 3 different weight classes, 6 fighters will emerge, $500,000 and a beautiful gold belt on the line at the end of the season. But you got to make good tomorrow night. You've got one shot.
I've never seen her as focused and as terrified looking as this.
Liz Carmouche is a legend in the game.
One shot means that I have to put everything on the line for it all tonight.
Waves it off, body punishment.
One opportunity to be world champion, one opportunity for greatness.
Scottish Twister!
I have one shot to support my family, make my kids proud of me.
Oh, there he goes!
One shot is an opportunity to change my life. One shot to change everything.
Wetzel very tricky. The way that he moves is very unpredictable.
All or nothing. And I am ready to give all myself.
Gaji Ramadana with a quick finish! Another KO for Gaji!
If you want to beat me, you have to kill me.
Don't forget, we want to hear what you, the fans, think of tomorrow night's semifinal fight. Scan that QR code. Vote for your winner on each of these semifinals. Winners advance, losers go home. Hope for better things next year. Who have we not welcomed to the weigh-in show yet? That's right, Jonathan Coachman has more on our main event.
Oh, hello, Sean. Great to see you. It's great to be here in Wichita. Now, when you're part of Team Nurmagomedov, excellence is expected, almost demanded. In our 2024 lightweight champion, he's never lost in the PFL. In fact, his last 3 fights ended with a knockout. Now, as he walked around the hotel the last couple of days, he has this quiet arrogance about him, almost a confidence that says, I don't care who's standing across the cage from me. They have absolutely no shot. Now, he told me he loves the fact that he has a big-name opponent because that got him the main event, and he can show the entire world just how good he is. Now, it's a great opportunity for him, but it's also a great opportunity to make your PFL debut, and that's exactly what Kevin Lee is just about to do. And as a matter of fact, great producing. He's standing by with Kennedy.
Thanks, Coach. Kevin, what do you make of this, your PFL debut being made in the semifinals of the World Tournament?
Feels like all the stars are aligning, and they're aligning in the right place and at the right time. I'm here, I'm prepared, I'm on weight, I'm prepared to go out there and put on a great show tomorrow night.
All right, so it's going to be your debut, but you're also a new father. Lots of changes going on. Do you feel like tomorrow night is really the first big step in a new direction for your career?
Absolutely. It's been 5 years since I've been in this division, and a lot has changed. I'm a father, like you said, I'm a man, and I've grown as just a person and as a fighter, and I can't wait to show that tomorrow night.
Gazi Rabadanov, he's a killer, he's a world champion. How do you plan to take him down?
I've fought killers and world champions before. I'm not intimidated in the least, and my confidence is growing every single day. It's growing hour by hour, minute by minute. It's growing more and more just standing right next to the SmartCage and preparing to get up in there. He's not going to be prepared for what I bring to the table. I've got a ton of experience. I've got a ton of great fights and greater fights in my future.
Love the confidence. Looking forward to seeing that tomorrow night. Now we're going to toss it over to Greg Hamilton, who is going to get those semifinalists all weighed in.
Hey, thank you very much, Kennedy. You're right. Sounds like a confident man. I can't wait for that main event tomorrow night. More business to get to here, however. We now need to go to the semifinal bracket of the women's flyweight division, where Ekaterina Shakalova squares off against Jenna Bishop. Fighting out of the blue corner first, let's welcome Jenna Bishop.
Jenna Bishop, black belt jiu-jitsu out of San Diego, California. She's a southpaw. BJJ is second to none. She's a semi-finalist in last year's finals in the women's flyweight division.
Jenna Bishop with an official weight of 125.5 pounds. Her opponent in the red corner, Ekaterina Shakalova.
Shakalova's coming off the biggest win of her mixed martial arts career. Juliana Velasquez is a former Bellator champ. A lot of people were counting Shakalova out in that fight. What did she do, Randy? She went out, got a first round submission, advanced to this semifinal.
Shakalova officially weighs in at 126 pounds.
Randy, two women with some pretty strong grappling credentials. Last time we saw that with Jenna Bishop, though, what happened? She decided to strike her way to a victory against Kana Watanabe. I'm curious if the grappling cancels out tomorrow night.
It happens that way sometimes.
Ray Sefo makes it official tomorrow night. Ekaterina Shakalova versus Jenna Bishop. Next is a semifinal matchup in the women's flyweight bracket as well. Liz Carmouche versus Elora Dana. First, fighting out of the blue corner, let's welcome Elora Dana.
Elora Dana, this is the toughest test of her career, and I know it's cliche to say that, but when you're going against somebody with the credentials of Liz Carmouche, it is 100% the truth. This young woman, though, undefeated, and she's overcome so much to get to this point.
Elora Dana officially weighs in at 125 pounds. Her opponent fighting out of the red corner, Liz Carmouche.
Liz Carmouche, former Marine, amazing competitor. First women's fight in MMA against Ronda Rousey in the UFC. History in the making there. She's an amazing competitor and an amazing IQ in fighting.
Carmouche weighs in at 126 pounds.
Carmouche does not care that she is 15 years older than her opponent. Elora Dana says, I don't care that Carmouche has 15 years of experience on me. I am here with one goal in mind. I want a world championship. Two women with a singular goal squaring off in a semifinal.
It is official tomorrow night live in the SmartCage. Liz Carmouche versus Elora Dana. Switching gears now to a semifinal matchup in the bantamweight bracket. Justin Wetzel versus Mando Gutierrez. Fighting out of the blue corner, first let's welcome Mando Gutierrez.
11-3, 2 KOs, 7 submissions. Southpaw out of Brazil, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist, Mando Gutierrez.
Gutierrez weighs in at 136 pounds. His opponent in the red corner, Justin Wetzel.
We talked about Wetzel with the huge weight cut and how much he had to come down. Well, that pays off tomorrow night. He's already starting to rehydrate. You can see that he's going to be the bigger fighter here. Did have to shave the head to make weight. Both of these guys coming in on a win streak. Both of these guys in the fighter meetings talking with such focus about how, yeah, this fight is a tough fight, but it's about the championship for me. Only one advances past tomorrow.
Wetzel weighs in at 135.75 pounds.
Let's go! Gutierrez coming off a first-round submission victory. It was a really hard-fought win by unanimous decision for Wetzel. Will that be a factor as the camps were back-to-back?
Ray Sefo makes this semifinal matchup official. Justin Wetzel squares off with Mando Gutierrez.
Mando, a couple of questions, my friend. What are these last few emotions that you're feeling in this face-off?
Like I'm ready to run through them. I mean, I know what I'm here for. I know what's at stake, and it's business as usual.
What are you expecting from him?
I'm expecting an all-out war, but that's totally okay. When you accept the worst-case scenario, everything else seems kind of easy.
Any predictions?
Violence.
Violence, I like it. Coach, over to you.
Oh, thank you, Dan. Now, Justin Wetzel, opening fight on ESPN tomorrow night. Mondo told me yesterday he loves the fact that it's you because you know it's going to be an absolute banger to start the main card. How do you respond to that?
He's right, man. We're both guys that are going to come in there, and we're going to leave it all on the line. This is a big deal for both of us, but I'm going to the finals, Coach.
You told me yesterday, hey, it took me a little while to get my head right. It took me a little while, but this is where I'm supposed to be. How much do you value this opportunity?
This means everything to me. I'm going to make the most of this opportunity. I've been passed up for so long. Not anymore. You're going to see tomorrow.
A lot has been made about the weight cut and the fact that you did get it done. Is it going to affect you at all?
No, not at all. I'm going to be better than last time, and I was pretty damn good last time.
That indeed is the case. This is going to be quite the banger. First fight on the main card, ESPN, Justin Wetzel and Mondo Gutierrez. Greg, back to you.
Thank you very much, Coach. Let's keep things going with a semifinal matchup in the Bantamweight bracket. We're going to see Marcelo Alves versus Jake Hadley. Fighting out of the blue corner first, let's welcome Jake Hadley.
Hadley coming off a big victory with the Scottish Twister, a technique we don't see very often. 12-4, 3 KOs, 6 submissions. Very well-rounded fighter from Oldbury, Sandwell, England.
Hadley tips the scales at 135 3/4 pounds. His opponent in the red corner, Marcelo Alves.
Marcelo Alves initially invited to this tournament as an alternate. He was not supposed to be guaranteed a spot in the bracket. Leandro Higo was the opponent who needed somebody to fight. He stepped in on hours' notice and beat one of the best guys in the world in this weight class. Marcelo Alves is a problem.
And Alves weighs in at 135 1/2 pounds.
This is a very interesting matchup. On paper, in some ways, the striker versus the grappler, but Hadley says, no, I'm good in every area.
It goes down tomorrow night, that semifinal bout, Marcelo Alves versus Jake Hadley.
Jake, big performance in your debut. The Scottish Twister surprised a lot of people. How do you one-up that performance and keep it rolling?
Well, I'll come here to finish. I'll come here to put on a good show. Alves is a top opponent. I expect a really entertaining fight, and I expect a hard fight, but one where my hand gets raised at the end.
And what did you get from that final face-off? You sized him up. What are you getting from that?
That he's ready. He's ready to come, but I'm ready also, and I'm going to take his head clean off.
That sounds like a knockout prediction.
Yeah, for sure.
Coach,
knockout or submission, it don't matter to me.
We'll take either. A finish is coming, Coach. Over to you.
You're damn right, Dan, we will. Now, Marcelo Alves, last time we just heard Sean talk about it. You came in on hours' notice, and you looked every bit the part. How much confidence did that victory give you heading into this one?
Tô com confiança melhor ainda, né? Porque eu tive mais tempo para treinar, para ser quem é meu adversário. E provavelmente eu vou trazer uma performance melhor do que da última luta.
Confidence at all-time high. I had a full camp to prepare for this opponent, so all you guys can expect is an even better performance.
You're facing a guy that says he wants to be the face of this division in the PFL for years to come. What problems does Jake Hadley pose to you?
Para mim não tem nenhum problema não. E provavelmente amanhã ele vai saber que ele não é a cara da PFL e ele não vai passar de mim amanhã.
I don't think he shows any problems to me, quite honestly, and tomorrow he'll come to find out that he's not the face of the PFL and he won't be the face of this division.
There are many fights that could be the fight of the night. This one is absolutely right up there. Marcelo Alves and Jake Hadley going toe-to-toe Friday night. Great, back to you.
Thank you, Coach. You're right, man. Absolute banger tomorrow night. Speaking of which, now let's move over to the semifinal bracket of the lightweight division, where we're going to see Brent Premise square off against Alfie Davis. First fighting out of the blue corner, let's welcome Alfie Davis.
18-5-1, 6 KOs and 3 submissions. An amazing little back elbow to end Clay Collard's run at the World Championship this season. This guy's a great striker.
Alfie Davis with an official weight of 155 3/4 pounds. His opponent in the red corner, Brent Primus.
What can you say that hasn't already been said about Brent Primus, former Bellator champion? He's 40 years old and still going strong. And Randy, he keeps adding tools to the toolbox. We were talking about it in the fighter meetings today. He said, you know, I need to put that Scottish twister into my own arsenal. We know he's so good at taking the back, getting the body triangle. Don't be surprised if he attempts one tomorrow night.
And Primus also tips the scales at 155 3/4 pounds.
Both of these guys feel like they know exactly what their opponent's going to try to do to them and feel like they've had great camps to prepare for that. It truly is the MMA chess match here. Who goes out and execute the game plan? Primus, Davis, only one advances.
Ray Seppo makes it official. Brent Primus versus Alfie Davis live tomorrow night in SmartCage.
Alfie, how are you feeling ahead of this big fight of yours?
Yeah, I feel great. Just get ready to go in there, dance, and take some more prime away from Brent Primus.
Now, often the kryptonite of a slick striker is a powerhouse wrestler. How do you keep him off your legs? How do you keep this fight off the floor?
I'd say I'm a better wrestler than him. He's got good jiu-jitsu, but let's wrestle, let's wrestle, let's wrestle.
Any predictions? I'm expecting something knockout, something spinning, something fantastic, but I'm sure you don't want to give too much away. What can you give us?
Yeah, I think I'm going to knock him out. And that's it, really. I think it's going to be a nice night work, and then I'm coming for the bag.
I'm excited, my friend. Good luck. Coach, over to you.
Dan, thank you. Part of the main card, which starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. 8 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow on ESPN. Brent, you just heard what he had to say. He thinks he's going to knock you out. What do you say back to him?
Good luck doing that, man. I'll tell you that. I've been working on my crane kicks, my karate kicks, so you better watch out, bro.
Now, round one, you got the best of both worlds. You got a lot of cage time because you went into the third round, but you also got to finish. Does that allow for maybe the nerves to be a little bit less in your semifinal bout?
I mean, I guess, you know, every fight is different. I had an amazing training camp. I feel great. I feel way better than I did last time. So, man, I'm ready to go, and I will finish him for sure.
You turned pro in 2010. It's been 15 years you've been a pro. How much do you value fights now?
Oh, I mean, they're everything, especially since I have a family and kids, and it's everything. You know, I'm so blessed and thankful to be fighting for PFL and to be able to do what I love and support my family, and I'm truly blessed for sure.
This is going to be high level Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, part of the main card, Brent Primus and Alfie Davis. Greg, let's send it back to you.
And thank you, Coach. We're going to get this main event weighed in right now. It's a semifinal lightweight bracket matchup. Kaji Rabadanov versus Kevin Lee. Fighting out of the blue corner first, let's welcome Kevin Lee.
20-8 for Kevin Lee. Ton of experience wrestling out of Kill Cliff FC now. Robbie Lawler, Henry Hooft. A lot of great partners in there. Jason Jackson.
Kevin Lee with an official weight of 156 pounds. And fighting out of the red corner, Kaji Rabadanov.
Kaji Rabadanov was one of the very few people. Last year he won the PFL season. And a lot of folks, when they go through that crucible and it's just fight after fight after fight, they don't want to do it again. They don't want another tournament. They don't want quick turnarounds. Kaji said, that's exactly what I want. Give me 3 fights in 5 months.
And Rabadanov officially weighs in at 155 1/2 pounds.
Now, Rabadanov, he's been so successful with his wrestling. Kevin Lee, no slouch as a wrestler. He, as an NCAA wrestler, Randy, you know this, he went undefeated for an entire season. He had a great career there. But these are two true mixed martial artists squaring off, and a little intensity there on the stare down also.
Ladies and gentlemen, your main event is set for tomorrow night. Kaji Rabadanov versus Kevin Lee.
Kevin, that was an intense face-off, my friend. First of all, welcome to the PFL. It's good to have you here. Second of all, how excited are you for this opportunity?
I'm super excited. The stars are all aligning, and I can't wait to go out there and put on a hell of a show tomorrow.
And with him being such a big name, you know, former world champion, etc., you've got an opportunity to, like, jump ahead of the pack here. What's your message to the rest of this division and the doubters?
I'm one of the best lightweights in the world. It's been 5 years since I've been in this division, and I'm here to prove it tomorrow. I made weight easy too, and I'm in better shape than I've ever been in my life, and he's in for a hell of a fight. More than he realizes.
I was going to ask you about your weight because obviously you're returning to lightweight, and you said in the Origins show, this is the opportunity that you've been preparing for. You were already in shape when you got this call. You've been ready for a big step.
Yep. And you see, the weight was perfect. We hit everything on the nail, and I put in the correct amount of preparation, and I'm going to be in incredible shape tomorrow. I don't think that he's going to be prepared for it at all.
What's your prediction, my friend?
This is going to be a barn burner. I told Kansas that I'm bringing the fire. I got a lot of passion. I got a lot of heat behind me, and I got a whole lot to prove, and I'm going to prove that tomorrow night.
I'm excited for you, my friend. Welcome to the PFL. Coach, over to you.
Godzi, there's a reason you're in the main event tomorrow. You've never lost in the PFL, 3 straight fights KO, and you're fighting one of the biggest names in MMA. You told me yesterday this is exactly where you want to be and who you want to face. Why?
Oh, first off, this is my first main event, and doesn't matter with who. I already give people excellent night, and we will see. I will be ready for hard fight, and we will see what's gonna happen.
Kevin talks about pace and how good a shape he is in. Are you worried about the pace at all?
No, never. Always I think just about me, about myself. That's it.
So if it's about you, what do you want the people to see in this arena and at home tomorrow night live on ESPN?
I know I wanna show people my level, and I wanna show all world who I am.
It's going to be one hell of a main event. Can't wait for it tomorrow night. Sean O'Connell, take us home.
Thank you, Coach. Thanks to all the fighters, of course, for making weight. How about that main event? Really, really fascinating. Randy, I want to start with you. Look, Kevin Lee, he's been there against some of the best guys in the world. He's beaten some of the best guys in the world. He has come back down to lightweight. I remember when this fight was announced, I said, oh man, Kevin Lee, how's he going to make that weight on short notice? He said he made it easy. That is a really strong sign that he's ready even for a tough matchup like this one.
It sounds like he was prepared for this big step. He knew he had an opportunity staring him in the face, and he came ready to go. He looked in great shape. He used to train with us at Extreme Couture. He was a great partner in the room. He made great inways. He was in a lot of big fights, a title contender for the UFC. This guy has 20 fights to his record that are victories. It's a lot of experience.
And it's awesome, right? Because if you're going to get an invitation to the PFL, you're going to get a huge opportunity to make your debut, but then that gift is a dubious one, and that you get to fight Gaji Rabadanov. I mean, there's pressure on the returning champ, the guy who wants to repeat as champ as well, but he knows Kevin Lee.
Of course, look, everybody knows Kevin Lee. That's why he's got this opportunity. He's put the work in. He's got the credentials, years of credentials. This is why he's able to step right into the semifinals and be a competitor, be a contender. And no one's going to think he's out of place here, because we know the miles he's done. We know the training camps he's done, the fighters that he's been in there with. Of course, Rabadanov is an absolute assassin. But you can't count Kevin Lee out. I mean, he's just got all that experience and knowledge. And honestly, him at lightweight, this is definitely the right weight class for him. He looks in incredible shape. You just can't count him out.
That's our main event tomorrow night. We have 6 semifinal bouts. That's the right number. 6 semifinal bouts. 6 people will see a championship at some point this year in all those different weight classes. 3 of them are going to get decided. The championship matchups, at least, will be decided tomorrow night here in Wichita. You know, Wichita is a place where legends are made, but maybe no other legend in this home state of Kansas is strong is our very own Jonathan Coachman, the old stomping grounds coach. We went back through the archives.
Oh, no.
And we found the origin story. You're familiar with PFL Origins.
Oh,
look at the fresh-faced man on the left side of that picture.
Still got hair there.
Jonathan Coachman with hair.
Man, look at that.
Yeah, so that's Greg Bailey and Kevin Jinks. And I got to tell you, I think I look exactly the same right now. KTV Channel 10. Yeah, I actually drove over there on my own yesterday. For some reason, they didn't let me in. It was the craziest thing I've ever experienced. It's like, we don't know who you are, but I can't believe you found that. A lot of hair back then.
This is where, in all seriousness, this is where the legend of Jonathan Coachman began. This is where he started his career. He was telling me the story. He had to hop in his car on like an hour's notice, drive up here, take a weekend anchor job, and well, the rest is history. Now the coach is here with us. You feeling nostalgic back in the old stomping grounds?
Actually, when I flew in the other day, I really did, because you can see a lot of things from the air. My hometown is actually about 40 miles north. My parents still live like an hour. They'll be here tomorrow night. The college I went to is here. The high school I went to is here. But when you start your professional career here, I'm telling you, all the fans that are going to show up tomorrow, they love sport. And there's not a lot of professional sports in Wichita. Minor league baseball, some colleges. So when you get the PFL and professional fighting coming here, they're going to be hyped tomorrow. I was hyped to see this on the schedule. So, yeah, there's some nostalgia for sure. This is where it all started some, let's say, 26 years ago.
Well, somebody sent a limo that's waiting outside for Jonathan Coachman. He's got the key to the city. He's going to take us out on the town tonight and show us all the great spots in Wichita. Semifinals tomorrow night, and then next week in Chicago as well. Finals month is August. August 1st, we're in Atlantic City. Then August 15th, we'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina, Hollywood, Florida, August 21st, as we are crowning 6 champions this year in a PFL World Tournament. We're at Interest Bank Arena tomorrow night. Make sure you are here with us. Main card, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Be with us. It's one shot. You win, you advance. You lose, you go home. You hope for an invitation back next year. Kennedy Smith will be there. Greg Hamilton will be there. Jonathan Coachman will be there, assuming he doesn't get lost in his own stomping grounds. Randy Couture, Dan Hardy, and I'm Sean O'Connell. We will see you on ESPN tomorrow night for PFL World Tournament action in 2025. Look at that guy. You know what? I promise a Coachman hairpiece for the show tomorrow night.